Are you in a committed relationship but still feeling lonely? You thought, surely I can't be feeling lonely. I'm no longer single. I'm Ronald, and I'm a relationship and family therapist. We're going to learn about how it's possible to be in a relationship but feel lonely, and the 2 reasons why you may be feeling lonely in your relationship and how you might be able to fix it. So let's understand loneliness. Being alone is different to feeling lonely. Being alone is not having anyone within your physical proximity. But feeling lonely is a psychological state of not feeling understood. Because feeling understood fulfills our existential need to belong, to be heard, to be seen, and to be connected. So you could be in a crowd of people and still feel lonely. You could be lying in bed with your partner and still feel lonely. The loneliest one will ever feel is lonely in relationship. Loneliness doesn't come from being single, but it can lead to becoming single. Loneliness in relationships comes when we consistently miss our partner, either in conflict or in connection. In conflict, this happens when we're repeatedly not listened to and therefore not understood, too busy with our own agenda. A majority of the time, you don't need to fix the problem. You just need to be there. Because what's most damaging in relationship is being alone with the problem. In your next conflict, pause your agenda, just for the moment. Mirror your partner. Reflect what they have to say. So you're saying, validate their experience. From what you've said, it makes sense that empathize with your partner. I can imagine you feel and unpack. Is there more? Have I missed anything? Do you feel understood now? In connection, this is where you start to feel more like roommates than partners. When you feel like you're lying in bed with a stranger. Couples often make the mistake of overemphasizing the milestones in their relationship. For instance, the first time you became official, or the day you got married together, or your first child. Don't get me wrong, milestones are important, but loneliness creeps in to a relationship when milestones become the sole emphasis. It's almost like having a checklist of what should happen in a relationship. And that ticking off these items means that our relationship is on the right track. And what these couples fail to realize is it's the seemingly inconsequential moments in our relationship that make up for the majority of our relationship. It's the day-to-day living that often becomes neglected. And when we fail to connect on a day-to-day basis, and we fail to recognize that the relationship needs to be nurtured every day, we can begin to live diverging lives. Be curious. Curiosity fuels the start of relationships. However, it gradually dwindles as we begin to get to know each other over time. And after some time, couples are no longer curious about each other. They no longer try to get to know each other. And they become complacent. They bring the best version of themselves to work or to their friends. And they bring the leftovers home. As a natural part of life, we grow and develop as individuals throughout time. Our interests and preferences change, but also our internal world, our values and beliefs. If we don't continually get to know this other person in the relationship, we could end up with a different person and not know it. So be curious. Continue to get to know your partner by asking open questions. Now, you might be thinking you know your partner inside and out. Well, ask more questions. Keep digging until you find something new and rediscover curiosity in your relationship. Find novelty in nuance. Connect on a daily basis. In a couple relationship, you will always be making what's known as bids for connection. Bids are attempts at connection, either for attention, affirmation, or affection. They can be big or they can be small. They can be verbal or non-verbal. They can be serious or humorous or sexual in nature. And it's the culmination of the responses to your partner's bids for connection that determines your connectedness. So the more you acknowledge your partner's bid for connection, the more connected you feel. The more you may ignore or dismiss those bids, the more lonely you feel.